Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and we are back on with the little Memotech ZX81 extension keyboard. And I'll say now, I've already found the issue with this actually. Unfortunately, it's not any of the 74 series logic there. It is in fact the cable here. I literally just before I was making this video, I just moved the computer around a little bit, switched it on, and as you can see now, the keys that weren't working are all now working fine. I mean, we weren't getting run, so we couldn't run anything on the computer. And as you see now, E, R, all them, W, Q, all them keys there that weren't working are now actually working. But if I keep pressing that button, I flex the keyboard, I flex the cable here, we'll probably find, I bet it won't do it now, yeah, there we go. You move it into one position, it will just stop, it will stop responding. You move it back into position again and you'll get it working again. And basically I think what it is let me just disconnect this from the ZX. It's basically, I think what's happened is over the years of the cable flexing and moving, it's become fractured here where it connects in there. And I think what's happened is, like I said, as I move it like that, you can make contact and then break contact. So I think actually probably I'm not going to bother doing much for it for now, because I'm planning to change this cable to something that I can put a DIN connector on. And we've actually proved that the logic, the important bit's actually working. What I might try and do, I don't think it's a soldering issue. The soldering there looks really quite... In fact, I think what I might do is I'll pop that clip off there, cut a bit of the cable off, remake the connector in there, and we'll see if that'll fix it. Cause I have a pretty good feeling that should actually sort it out. I think we could possibly do this without removing it from the board as well if we're careful. Let's have a go at this now. I'm going to need something very fine to get this connector here off. You've got a little metal stirrup, and you need to get the metal stirrup off without breaking it. You can then take the top of this off, take the cable out, so we can cut it down a bit and then remake it. It's not the easiest thing to do while it's on the board, but we will have a go. And we'll see if we can get this this up and running again now. Right, what we need is a very, very fine screwdriver bit. I think I've got one in here. Yes, we have. Is that going to be fine enough? Nope. That's perfect. A very tiny little screwdriver bit. Let's just find a handle that this can fit in. Yeah, that should be good enough. Now let's see. I'll bring you down, see if you can see this a bit better what I'm doing. Right. Now what the idea is we need to get this, there we go, that's one end off. Then we need to get the other end off, there we go. We can then pop that off. Make sure we don't break any of these little plastic tabs off, or else we're not going to be able to reattach this. That can come off like that. And noting which way the cable goes round, because if we put it in the wrong way round, it's not going to work. We need to get that off there like that. And what we'll do is we'll cut an inch or so off it, so we're not to anywhere where it was getting bent before. So this is only a temporary measure to get this interface working, because I am going to replace this with something a little bit better. Right, let's straighten that out. Place that back on there, make sure we get it in the right place so all the cables line up. I've not done this for ages. I used to do this all the time when I used to be repairing PCs in the 90s. Because I was a college student, like I say, I used to refurbish old PCs and sell them. And I used to have to get all floppy cables, like I said, I was always skint. So I used to get all floppy cables and put new ends on them and IDE cables and things like that. And you get to be able to recycle these connectors, which are technically designed only to be used once. Right, that's in the right place. And what we need to do is add some. It should do the job. Basically just need to use the top of it to help us push the cable into position where it's meant to go. It does look quite brutal, but I have done this numerous times and it does work. There we go, that clipped in. Just need to get this side to do the same now. Nearly home. Just that last little bit at the back there that's being a bit of a problem. I'll just have to put it on the table and use the edge of the table, I think, just to push that last bit in position. Let's see if we can get that in now. There we go. Is that in? Not quite, it's very, very nearly in. Let's just get that. Sorry you can't see. Oops. Let's clip that back on. So you can't see this on camera, but I'm just having to fight with the corner of the table just to push this last little bit in. Let's see if we can get something to help it along. That might do. And there we go. There we go. That's clipped in. That last little bit there, it just needed a little bit of a helping hand just to push it down to get the last little bit to clip in position. But there we go, that's made off again. So we can try that now and see if we've improved the matter. So let's get the twists all out of it so we can plug it in safely. There we go. Obviously it's a little bit shorter now, but for the moment that won't matter. Like I said, we will be changing that to something a bit more substantial in the future anyway. Switch the old ZX back on, and let's have a look here now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, Q, nope. Nope, we still haven't fixed it. Oh, that's fun. Let's try bending it now. So, everything else seems to be working. It's just that line again is still not working. That's odd. Let's have a look at this side. Nope, we've still not got that going. Let's try, I wonder if there must be a break further up in the cable then. Let's try just resetting the ZX again. And now they come to life. Most odd. Let's try it again. Yep, they're working again now. Now that is a really strange fault, because that seems to be working fine again now. let's see if we can type a program in with it, see if it'll work for that long. 10 print. You have to do it when you get one of these things working. It shows how good the text on the screen is as well, if you can see that up there. So that's working. That is really, really strange, because we've remade that connection. So we've cut off whatever was the manky bit of cable there, and that seems to be working fine. Let's switch it off again. Let's try moving that round a little bit. That's definitely well connected, and that's definitely pressed back into where it should go. It's funny how it's the same line again that's causing us issues. Let's just have a look at the... I know the edge connector on the Z is fine there, because that's been cleaned many times, and to be honest, that's nice and shiny, and can't see any issues there at all. They're actually a really nice contact there. It is really nice and shiny, so I can't see that being an issue. Let's reconnect it. And let's try it again. If it works this time, we'll say it's working well enough for now anyway. So let's try again. Oh, I missed one there. Let's see if that was a... Nope, there we go. Stopped working again. Try just switching it off and back on. No, so it's not. It really is rather strange. Let's try moving that again. I'm suspecting whether I might have a slightly iffy logic IC. No, we've not crashed the ZD. That's the only problem with moving this thing around. ZDs are so easy to get them to lock up just by moving something, that you do have to be careful when you're doing something like this. No, it's not there now. Like I said, we can try moving that round again. That's where I thought the fault really was. Perhaps we have just... no, it's still working. I really need to add a reset to this so I don't have to keep switching it off and on every time I want to reset the damn thing. Well, that is most odd. Right, let's take this back off again, and let's have another look, see what we can see. Like I said, the contacts there are fine, and we've remade that, and that's gone in okay. We can see there that's well connected. Well, we know it works because we've just seen it actually work. I can't see any... oh, there's a couple of dry joints there, I must say. A dry joint there. I wonder if I should just reflow a few of them. Yeah, I'll just get the soldering iron out, and I can actually, yeah, I can see a few slightly dry joints on these 74 series logic. I think I'm just going to run the soldering iron over the board. They look okay. They look okay. They look like they really don't go through the board very far. They do. I'll just get the soldering iron out on that, and I'll just touch up all the solder points on them ICs nice and quick, and see if that makes any difference at all. Right, where's my solder gone? I'm done with my solder. So he's trying to figure out what he's done with his solder. Solder. There we go. some of this off. Oops. Let's clean the iron off. Okay, let's give these diodes a quick. They seem okay actually, they don't seem as bad as on the IC. Just clean that iron off. There we go. Let's try giving these. Some of the solder points actually have quite a dull appearance to them, so it won't do them any harm. Just give them a quick touch up. Nearly done. Right, there we go. Hopefully you saw most of that, but I've just gone over all the solder points on the ICs and on them diodes there, because they didn't look exactly brilliant. And let's give that another quick try. Apart from that, I'll probably just take these connectors off and look at doing what I said I was going to do, and just replace them connectors with something else. That'll be for another video anyway. Let's just see whether that's made any difference. Switch the old ZX back on. Right, let's have a look now. No. So it's definitely that bank there. In fact, let's see if we can find out exactly where the fault is. So we know that the issue is between. Let's find out which set it is. that's that. And to find what is common between the two. That's got it back. So I think we've got a break in the cable further up here, because when I bent the cable there, that's brought it back to life. Let's just reset again. Yep, that's now back to life. Now if I straighten that cable up, I wonder if that's going to take it away again. No, it's still working now. Well, the most important thing is, like I've said, is the interface is actually definitely working. Yeah, that's still working fine. Let's try moving the cable about a bit more. There we go, it stopped working again. And we haven't crashed the... yeah, that's it, it stopped working again, as you can see. So I think, like I said, we've got a break in the cable around here somewhere. Yeah, that's brought it back to life again. So we've got another break in the cable, and it's around this, it's actually further along, and if I cut any more off this cable, I'm not going to have a very long cable to use. I suppose what I bet I should really do is see if I can find a piece of ribbon cable and replace this piece of cable for now, so we can actually get this thing a bit more up and working. Let me see what I've got. I'm not sure what lengths of ribbon cable I've actually got lying around. Let's see what we've got in the drawer. Well, it doesn't look like I've got a suitable piece of ribbon cable just lying around, unfortunately. Have a quick look in here. No, that's needed. Unfortunately, what's that there? Oh, I might have something suitable here. Have a look. Yeah, I think this might just be suitable for what we want. Let me just yes, this will do nicely. I need to cut that end off there. Okay, we have a piece of cable which should do as a good replacement for this cable. So let's switch off, and once again we will take the interface off there, and we'll have to. This is the problem, you see, because doing this on one of these once you can get away with. Doing it twice is definitely a bit more risky. With no other choice. So we will be replacing this in the future anyway, but let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get away with it. There we are. That's the top piece off. Let's see if we can get the cable off. There we go, we've got the cable off. Yeah, and the contacts are still okay, they'll still go again. And what we've got to remember is the red lines to the top there It is rather manky, this cable, and it goes on that way there. So let's take the cable off completely. Right, there we go, that's that side off. Pull this out. And there we go, there's the old cable out. And we can measure that up against the new. Unfortunately, this hasn't got a marking on it, but it won't matter. We'll just have to be careful where we refit it. So let's make sure we get the right number of conductors. Right, let's count it and make sure we're absolutely right. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I miscounted last time. It's a good job I counted. So we've got 14. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So if we split that like that, that should be right. That should be our good enough for our new cable. Let's just double check we've made that the right size. Yeah, that's absolutely bang on there. So let's just put it back in. Let's put it back in this side first. This might be easier. It might not, so we might not be able to press it down quite as easily as we've done the other side. So anyway, let's push it in. In fact, let me see if I can find a screwdriver. I'm just using the screwdriver to basically help it find out where the points are, just to help it start off. Then we'll use the lid to actually jam it down. Right, there we go. It's in the right position. Right, where's my big heavy pliers? I'll just use these to just take a bit of force, but we can use these just to push that connector home. So unfortunately we couldn't do it quite like this on the interface board, because we couldn't lay it flat like this. I had to use the corner of the table just to get in. And I think there we go. Yep, there we go. I think I'm just going to stop the camera and restart. Okay, hopefully we didn't lose anything then. Right, so let's just give that one last little push on the corner there. Just make sure we're absolutely happy that's down, and it is. Okay, so that is our new connector, and what we've got to remember is the top there is red. That's our red. So on the board, on the interface here, this has to go on that way round like that. Just move this out of the way while I can find what we need is something we can put this on to just raise it off the workbench, so we can get that in a little bit safe, a little bit easier. So what we've got, aha, as I said, never throw anything away, you never know when it's going to come in handy. That should do nicely. So this comes in that side like that. Make sure we line that up okay. Get that lined up. And where's my Where's my big pliers just gone? It's another of them awkward jobs that really the best way of doing it is having 3 hands, but unfortunately we weren't created with 3 hands. Right. Push that down. I think I'm going to have to use my other technique and squeeze it in this way. This is the only one I'm a bit more concerned about, like I said, because we've already salvaged it once already. Actually, that's gone in. That's gone in okay. I think we can then just use this just to get the other side down. That's pushed in there. So I know it looks a little bit brutal, this approach, but it does work quite effectively actually. There we go. Let's have a quick look at that. Yep, that's gone in okay. That's clipped down. The bottom half's clipped down. There we go. Let's give that a try. Get them out of the way. Let's get the interface back in. Plug it back in. There we go. Now let's give this a try. Keep your fingers crossed. And let's switch the ZD on. Oops, wrong switch. There we go. That's the ZD on. And I don't believe this. We still have an issue with them keys. Now, how on earth can it be this? I can't see how it can. Well, it can't be the cable, can it? That's a new cable we've just fitted. But no, and it's still that row of keys there which are causing the problem. I'll move that forward a little bit so I can get to it easier. Where's the stand? There we go. No. So is that still that row of keys? Everything else is working fine, except for Q, W, E and R, and T, yeah. Everything else seems absolutely fine. So what else can we try? Switch it off. We'll try unplugging it again. This is getting quite perplexing. Like I said, we've replaced that. We've resoldered all them. And we know that there can't be really anything wrong with the, well, at least I don't think there could be anything wrong with the ICs there, because when it works, it actually does work. And like I said, you've seen before, we can type a basic program in and run it. So all the main function keys, including run there, are working. It's just, they only seem to work when they want to work. And the way that's connected in there, that looks absolutely fine. I'll just try giving it a really quick little squeeze with the pliers, but I don't think that's going to be the problem. I think that's absolutely fine. Right, let's try it again. Oh dear, well, that's not good. Perhaps that was a little one squeeze too many. Although at least it can show us that they're definitely well bedded in there and they're definitely in the right connectors. Let's hopefully this will go back on. Unfortunately there could be a chance we've actually broke one of the clips now, but we'll see. It's gone back on for now. Let's have a think that clipper just got slightly bent out of shape. There we go. There we go. That's back in now. Let's give that one last try and then I'll start scratching my head. Right, let's give that one last try. Ah, there we go. I think that's it. Fixed it. Right, go on, let's try doing a program. So... Yep, that seems okay now. So it was just a, it just needed pressing a little bit more on there. 20, go to 10. Will it run? Yes, it will run. Right, so I don't think I'm actually going to bother doing any more with this. Like I say, I am going to replace that, and I think that's definitely what the issue is. Like I said, we've changed the cable, and we obviously do have a few slight issues there. Possibly it'll be alright now. Well, let's have a quick wiggle. I'll try moving it round again like that. Let's try switching it off and back on. And let's see if it's still... There we go. I think we may have actually sorted it now. Right, what I'll try and do then is we'll reassemble it. And we'll see if it works after we've reassembled it. So, let's disconnect that for now. And that'll be the ultimate proof. If it works after we've reassembled it and it's been moved round a bit, then we can be pretty sure it's going to continue working for at least a little while. Right, so we've got the metal work for it. Let's slide this. And I'm going to try and do it and not use any glue to glue this back in case we do. Well, we will have to get it back out again for obviously for modifying that. But I don't think it's going to actually be a major problem, that goes in there. We need that little nut and what have you to screw that back in. Let's find them. Let's get all the bits out we need. Oh, these plastic things. I think I want to replace them plastic things with screws though. There's the that's what we need. We need that there. We need that black. That goes on there. That goes in there. Why the case really needs to be grounded? I suppose it's yes. I suppose it's got the potential of a static build up or something like that, that you could potentially damage something. Get in here with the adjustable. There we go. Don't need to go mega tight with that, I don't think. Pull that to about where we need it. Slide the Is that the wrong side? No. That must be that side, I think. Is it? No. No, that's definitely the right side. That's definitely the right way around. I wonder if these are going to be as a pain to put back in as they were to take out. Let's have a go. Go on. can tap it in with this. Yeah, that works. I won't like to use anything that's going to mark the metal, but that worked. That can be pushed up there. Let's see if I can get this one in. That seems to go in a little easier. Just tap it home with this. There we go. Them keys go down. Let's move the keyboard over that way a touch. They feel better. I think we can lock them possibly in place by putting the bit of foam, the foam back in, and that should actually make the keys feel a little better as well. Okay, that makes the keys feel a lot better. Actually, that feels really nice to type on. Right, so I can put the put these bits back on now. In fact, have I got any nice little black screws we could replace these clips? Probably not, but I'll put this back on like this for now, and I'll have to use screws on the other side, I think, because I don't think we've got all the black clips. Well, we haven't got all the black clips. So I'll probably replace these with proper screws anyway, because I don't really like these little horrible clippy things. Let's tap one home. That one's not seeming to sit down squarely, unfortunately. Let's see if we can get it back out and put it back in again. Be careful. There we go. Out it comes. In fact, I'll just replace it for now with one of them ones. Let's see if we can get this in. Because all the rest have gone in okay. Oh, we'll find a screw for there if not. No, that's not happy, that's not going in. I'll take that out, I don't want to force it. Right. Obviously all that tapping has slightly moved the keyboard, but that's fine, that's back to where it should be. Yeah, that's okay. I will probably fix that in properly at some point. Let's have a look at our bit that we found inside it in the last video. Yeah, that's definitely the right side for it. See if we can find some suitable screws to reattach that. Got some nice. Oh, they look okay. How are they going to receive in them holes? I think they will work quite nicely. Right. Not too big for them holes, no. Yeah, they don't look too out of place then. Let's see what we've got. One's one in, so we've got two more of them. In fact, that first one I've used isn't exactly the same, I might just change that. We'll see. Let's find enough to actually get this thing together. Put one there. Don't know if you can actually see this on the camera. Oh. Well, you'll see in a second. I'll show it on the camera in a second once I've got these screws in. That one's not going in very well. I'll try a different one. Let's try this one. That's more like it, that one fit. One more to fit in. Let's see what we've got. That looks ideal. Come on, where have you gone? There we go. That doesn't look too out of place, just with 4 black screws in it rather than the 4 studs on that side. But right, with all that shifting around, in fact, let's put this back in its case for now. Just to stop the board getting damaged. Like I said, all this flexing may show the fault back up again, so it's always a oh, I think I'm putting that in the wrong way around. Am I? Let's figure out which way around this is meant to go. It can't go that way around, can it? Is it that way around? No, it can't be that way around. That way around. I'm being silly. Oops, let's bend that over. Hopefully that will still work. Now it's back in. Right, that's back in there. Let's put the ends back on. Just try putting some of them clips back in for now. I really do dislike these clips. They're swine to get back in. There we go, that one. Well, that one's not going in. Let's try and tap it in. Ah, there we go, that's gone down. Watch the thing not work now with faffed and fiddled like this. But, like I said, if it doesn't, at least we know now it's just a loose connection. It's nothing more serious than that. Push these back on. At least, like I said, then we don't lose anything. Oh, it looks like we've lost the top cover off that thing. It's obviously not ideal, but anyway, let's connect it back up. Because at least we will have proved where the fault definitely is. Let's try it again now we've reassembled it. Let's see what we've got. No, we've lost it again. Let's try giving that a quick whittle. There we go. So we know, definitely know that the fault is that connector on the board there, and like I said, that's not the end of the world, because I did plan to change this cable to some a round cable, and like I said, we'll put a DIN plug on the end.